Hello, my little Spartan army. Does anybody that's watching this now remember when I was Spartan 1649 and not Jack Thunderbolt? Anyway, welcome to another custom battle fun. This time in Total War Empire. So, play battle. So recently, I've been uh, listening slash watching a lot of Sabaton History. With Indy from the Great War and World War II channel, and Parr and Joachim and Tommy. I can't. Those are like the three off the top of my head that from the band that show up. I don't know if any of the others do. There's like how many? There's like 4 or 5 members of Sabaton. I don't know. Anyway, watched probably one of my favorite episodes, the Battle of Fraustadt, uh, for their song "Killing Ground." Okay, triumphant music is a little too triumphant, triumphant. Okay, I couldn't hear myself think, but yeah, and so I'm gonna just. The point is, I'm trying to recreate that. So that's probably most what look like Fraustadt looked like. It was the dead of winter, and there was a bunch of frozen streams. So not Caucasus or uh, oh, excuse me, Cuba or Syria. Okay, that's first. No, that's probably the best recreation. Early because this was like 1705. Where's I should be. I don't know if there's like any fog. We'll keep it dry. Then I think it was in the morning that it happened. So if we're playing Fraustdadt, it's Sweden and Saxony. Saxony is a thing in here, isn't it? Isn't it? Pulling Lithuania. I'm not seeing anything for Saxony. Saxony was Saxony is like a region in Germany and Poland, modern day Germany and Poland, that what's the fucking word I'm looking for? That was part of that was its own like kingdom, you could call it, in the Holy Roman Empire. And the context for the Battle of Fraustadt was would you call it, there was political turmoil about who got to sit on the throne of Poland. There was Sweden's pick, uh, Stanislav, and then there was like the other pick backed by Russia called Augustus or August. Was it Augustus or August? I just watched this last night, but and there was fighting with the Swedes and the Poles and the Russians and the Saxons. And there was like Russian fortress that was under siege in Poland or somewhere on the Baltic coast. And so Russia told Saxony to attack the Swedish holdings in Poland. And the closest commander to the Saxon force got his men and went to meet the Saxon attack. You know what's kind of weird about... Because it wasn't just Saxon conscripts, you could say. There was also one Saxon Guard regiment, but there was also Russian troops on loan and French and Swiss prisoners of war or mercenaries that were kind of just forced into the army of August. There's Augustine. Now I kind of want to save Poland, Lithuania. I think Prussia makes the most sense. Now why are you guys in fucking Sweden? What the fuck is this? I don't know, there's gonna be an actual Total War guy that's gonna tell me why there's... I guess it's supposed to be Gurkha. Excuse me. And how many Amazons? So it was 10,000 Swedes versus 20 or 30 Saxons, if I recall. So we'll give... We'll do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4, 5, 6. And then 4 of these guys. Anyway, what was I thinking? Oh, the Swedish military was kind of special at this point in time because, as mentioned in the Caroleans prayer episode of Sabaton History, Sweden couldn't really afford a large army like Prussia or what you would think of at this time period of what England and France and Prussia have, mass conscripts or volunteers, rather, in the British case. And so they kind of went real hard into making a elite force. They had the best of the best at weapons, training, whatever. And their tactics were very, very aggressive. So to get in close and maul the enemy and get them off the field as quick as possible to avoid a protracted... Show the difference in schools of thought, even though it's 100 years later. Waterloo lasted about 10 hours, and the armies fought themselves into exhaustion. Battle of Fraustadt, most of it was done in half an hour, or give or take. There was one pocket that stood out I mean, it's very compact. The way the infantry fought was they would go, they would march at the enemy, and usual musket engagements, as mentioned by Brandon F., was like 1 to 300 meters. I don't know what that is in feet. Uh, I was a D student in math, and so at like those long ranges, at usually about 100 meters, the the troops using like the standard tactics of the time, like the Russians or the Poles, would shoot at 100 yards. The Caroleans would keep marching through the first volley, get to about 50 meters away. The first ranks would fire, and then instead of reloading, third and fourth ranks would move up while the first and second rank got their swords out, and then they would rush in. This is like hammer and anvil taken to the extreme, right? There's, God damn it! I picked a fucking. I was on depressions. I'm a fucking idiot. Okay, so let's. Can we do 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's call it 8. Oh, let's go to full 10. Couple it. Okay, the actual numbers of cannons on the Saxon side was about 37. That's 32, I believe. 20. No, that's like 36. That's actually closer than I thought. Yeah, let's call that. And the Swedes had no artillery and only 10,000 men. I am. Okay, yes, this is my 3, 4, 5, 6. You look very heavy for light cavalry, my guy. This is probably going to be a massacre. Well, I'm hoping if I play very aggressively versus what I usually do what the, like Indy said in the episode, and I'm referencing Sabaton History a lot, it was, the plan is hit them fast, hit them hard. Or was it hit them first, hit them hard? But you know what I mean. So without further ado, am I still recording, by the way? Yes, I am still recording. And diddly-tastic. Charge! Oh yeah, Thomas Paine.
The best way to avoid being flanked is to stop the enemy flanking force from arriving. Cavalry are useful for this, so always deploy cavalry on your flanks.
Where is the I want to take that off. Where is the fucking grip button? It's been a long while since I played this. Toggle unit gripping. Yes, thank you. Okay, I shouldn't be laughing at another person's language, but I love fucking European languages so much. Yeah, so the actual battle, Rencro, that's his name, uh, of course marches infantry first into the enemy. Fortifications, but had his cavalry at the very edge flank around and attack the cavalry on the flanks and then pull a full hammer and anvil maneuver. But then again, this is total war, and reality doesn't really apply when you can have, like, in a game where you can have, like, the Cherokee take over the entirety of Europe.
The withdraw button in the bottom right of the screen orders selected units to retreat from the field in an orderly manner. Withdraw if you want to save a unit to fight another day. To cancel the order, simply give the withdrawing unit.
That doesn't really matter in a custom battle, but I could see that mattering more for... Oh no, that's the wrong calf. Shit. Yay, bugles. Why are you not moving, chaps? Uh-oh. Where's my fucking infantry? Oh, you guys are still here. Okay. Okay, they're all very spread out, I see. I can definitely smash through the center. Now let's see what the Prussian troops look like real quick. Lovely gray chargers. There's the cannons. And all our poor militia fuckers. Dude, guy's throwing his fucking calves so far out there. Wheel around, gentlemen! Prepare to meet the enemy! Wait for them to emerge from the woods! Ready? Now charge!
I think that general will deliver a heavy blow to the enemy army's morale in the field.
Oh, damn. Oh my god, that was a complete wipe. Oh shit. Uh, fucking first line. Where's fucking shoot? Oh, I can't just order them to shoot. Uh, come on guys, you gotta charge them while they're still in loose formation. Uh-oh. Oh god, I can't freaking see anything now in the trees. This is going kind of poorly. But that was kind of a mistake. Now maybe my ass backwards way of fighting this battle is actually winning. It's actually working. My cavalry's taking a beating, but what do you expect? Quick, gentlemen, help your brethren. Caroleans are marching on. Okay, the casualties are actually kind of ridiculous from my side. If I was a Carolean general, I'd be fucking sacked. Like, immediately. Oh, we got some poor fuckers reforming over here. Are coming in with the bayonet. Hell yeah, for buglers. Oh, fancy lad. There's a lot of things you don't want to do.
Advantage in ordering your infantry to countercharge an attacking formation.
There's some few things you don't want to do. You never want to say the war's going to be over by Christmas. You never want to invade Russia in the winter. You never want to start a land war in Asia. And you never want to challenge an 18th century Swede to a bayonet fight. What was my calf? Chase down no routing dogs. Oh, hell yeah! Wait, no, that's friendlies. Woo! I won! I roast. We'll call it that. Oh no, it's for casualty figures. No, an actual Battle of Fraustadt. Is the Battle of Fraustadt? Can you play Battle of Fraustadt in this game, or is it gonna be something like Poltova? I don't know. Anyway, okay, we were as outnumbered as we possibly could have been. Alright, so deployed. 30 divided by 960. 34% casualties for the Swedes. That's probably still rough. Rougher than I needed. 8 divided by 1332. 86% casualties. That's probably in line with the actual casualties of Fraustdadt. Anyway, if you liked that video, give me a like. Tell me if I could have done anything different, like if you would have set up the enemies any different, or the armies any different, or want to correct me on my poor remembrance of Fraustdadt. Or you want to tell me your favorite Sabaton song or what battle you want to see next, be sure to tell me, and I will see you later. Thank you.